Welcome to Stop the Madness. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Stop the Madness. I'm your host, The Kid Plot. Thank you so much once again for joining us. Of course, I'm here with my co-host, Isaac Cotto.
In the building.
We are back once again with another great video for you guys. But before we get started, make sure you like the video, share the video, and of course, comment on the video and subscribe to the channel and help us get to 3K. We are like 2,600.
We're getting there. 3K's around the corner.
Yeah, we just really
we
need
just
you
need
guys.
one of those to just blow up.
We need one to just go viral one time.
Yes, just one time.
So it might be this one. You never know.
Yep. We got plenty of stuff to react to with the last few days.
It's an eventful week. Trump came into office on the 20th. So, yeah, it's definitely a lot to talk about. But go ahead, kick us off. What are we talking about?
All right, we're hitting an oldie but goodie on Stop the Madness, one of our conservative topics, favorite topics. Just check it out. If you follow us, you check out the channel, you kind of got an idea. Let's take a look.
Let's get it.
What motivated you to come out here today?
We're supporting our child, Violet, and her access to the medical care that she needs.
Yeah, we're here for her rights and her ability to be who she is. And she's not going to let anybody silence her, and we're not going to stand in her way.
What state are you from?
She's all of
Arizona.
4 years old.
Okay. Are you concerned about how this case would affect Arizona, or do you think that would have an impact there?
Yes, 100% we're concerned, and we've discussed having to move, which we don't want to do, but Violet comes first, and her medical care and her medical needs come first, so we'll see what happens.
And what age do you think most trans kids determine that they're trans?
Violet told us when she was 1.5. She's
That's
been
a
telling
question.
us since she could speak.
Okay, hold on. Violet told us when she was 1.5. Bro, I have a 20-month-old in the house.
Ridiculous.
There's no way she's gonna convey that kind of information to us. She might tell us she don't want to take a bath, or she don't want to change her diaper, or she don't want to go to sleep, but she's not telling us she knows her gender and she's not comfortable in her body.
Hey, I want to be a boy now, Dad.
I mean,
What would you say if your daughter says, "Pa, I don't feel like I'm a girl. I think I'm a boy."
She can't put those thoughts together yet.
Exactly.
That's my whole point. Like,
Exactly.
she's a year and a half, she told us, and
That's
you see
bullshit.
that she's probably like 5 or 6 or 7.
She's full of shit.
It's like, we're here. She's not gonna let nobody stop her. It's like, what are you talking about?
Yo, bro, if your daughter, let's say your daughter was 5, 6 years old, and said those very same words that her 1.5-year-old said, what would you say to her?
You notate it and say, okay, you're having these thoughts. We're gonna have discussions. We'll get you to a psychologist, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not at that age, they're not making that kind of determination.
But would you if it came up, would you approve some type of transition?
No, absolutely not. The whole idea of like, we're here to fight for her rights to get the medical treatment she deserves. He deserves. Let's block his,
like if she's dying.
Let's completely destroy his reproductive system,
Exactly.
his body, his growth, before he really has the opportunity to make a decision on his own.
I saw on Instagram, there was a comment from somebody, I don't know who she is, but she was like, "Man, I'm so glad that my parents just let me grow out of a phase," because she said I was a tomboy my whole childhood, even through high school. And she grew out of it once she was a grown adult. Now she's completely feminine. She dresses like a woman. And she's like, "Man, I'm so glad that they didn't allow me to do anything severe, and they let me grow out of that phase rather than doing something that can be permanently damaging." You know what I mean?
Look, I have friends that, their daughters are super into sport. They grew up with their brothers. They love football, basketball. They like to play sports. But guess what? They also think Ronaldo is super hot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so, it is what it is. Like, there's a clear line. Like, don't get it twisted. just because they play sports, that doesn't mean necessarily there's any confusion on who they are, their sexuality, as they're growing old, 12, 13, 14, 15 years old. But it's the idea of a teenager struggling with their sexual identity in this environment where now gay marriage is law, all programming on TV shows a lot of gay characters. Every Netflix show by default has a gay character.
Ridiculous.
Disney, all this woke agenda. It has effects, and it can confuse a teenager. Okay, but let's talk about a result. But we're not going to go ahead and say, oh, okay, you think you want to be Jill instead of James? Let's go ahead and destroy your body today.
Yeah, no.
No.
And that's the reason why I'm so glad that now that Trump is in office, what was one of the executive orders?
There's no more.
We're only acknowledging
male and female. That's it. Yes.
Which is, to me,
common sense.
I mean, golly, like, what are we doing here? That's not even that. I can't believe that he has to actually do that because of where we're at today. Are you kidding me,
bro? I sent you a message about. What was the message I sent you about Trump's
you sent me a lot
speech?
of messages. I'm not sure which
about.
one.
It was. I sent the message saying like, "Damn." It was more colorful than damn. But I was like, I'm really feeling his speech.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm really feeling everything he's talking about. Like I find myself nodding my head, like, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I like that. Yes. And I was like, oh shit, it's Donald Trump. You know what I mean? Like it's like, oh damn. Like you feel almost embarrassed because I was like, man, a lot of the shit he's talking about, I'm with it.
And MSNBC still found reasons to hate and talk shit about even his inauguration speech. They still were like, he was saying things that you should that no other president has ever said. It's always about him and this and this and that. Instead of talking about the country and for America, he's talking about what the other administration didn't do and what the other administration lacked on. Instead of talking about this is what we're gonna do for America, like they were still looking
for something to pick at,
bro. I'm like, man, like, and then Fox News, no, they weren't talking on.
Nah,
so it's like, can y'all just try your best to not be biased?
Yes,
for an episode.
I wish it would. It would. I would. Is there? So Fox leans one way. You got CNN the other way.
CNN says they're the most neutral, but I don't know how true that is.
I don't know. Is there a channel? I think the Al Jazeera and there's a channel in Australia that pops up on my YouTube.
Yeah,
they seem to be in the middle.
Yeah,
but I just hate that it's so bipartisan. Like it's so obvious.
Like you literally have to sit here and say, okay, what's the topic? Trump inauguration. Okay, so then you got to watch Fox News. Then you got to watch CNN. Then you got to watch MSNBC. Then you got to watch CBS. Then you got to watch Next Now or News, whatever that new one is. That I think is the one. I think it's called Next Now or Fox Next Now, something like that. And you got to watch all those news channels, and then you say, okay, they all talked about the same thing, but their response was one way, their response was one way, their reaction was, and then you come to your own conclusion. Now that you've consumed 4 different
unnecessarily,
reactions.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Yes, agreed, 1,000%. But anyway, this it feels as someone who does lean to the right, have a young daughter, a toddler, and a 20-year-old. Yeah, I'm with it. Male and female. No males and female sports. Common sense. Let's get back to common sense, and that's kind of what he's leaning into, and I don't have a problem with it.
You got to literally sit here and say, we are only acknowledging male and female. Like, that is insane to me that you have to even go there.
Yeah.
That's where we're at.
Yeah, it's very true.
That's where we're at.
They laid off all the DEI federal workers, like all that diversity, equity, inclusion programming is off the table. Anyway, we'll wrap it up with another goodie, oldie but goodie. Hey, let us know what you think. You agree, disagree, like and subscribe, and we see y'all soon. Peace.